Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Harakakadash, the one of the apostles and elders, great most silent rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the white spirit and truth. Yeah, got this article going into, AI in finance, which, surprise, surprise, they're talking about at the WEF, the World Economic Forum. And, with it being discussed, it's, it's pushing at a certain vibration. Because as far as with AI, that's really like over the course of the last year, you saw it like huge, like increase in how it's discussed in the like its prominence basically, and given that you've it's becoming a hot topic now. All the prophecies, they're coming into focus, so you can see this is lining up, and it's part of that allure, that mystique, the damn part of the allure, part of the mystique of what people in the world are going to kind of cling to and be like, oh, this is Esau's genius, this is him, being on a super level, who's like onto the beast, man. So I read it, it says, AI fears creep into finance, business, and law. It says Silicon Valley figures have long warned about the dangers of AI. Now their anxiety has migrated to other halls of power, the legal system, global gatherings of business leaders, and top Wall Street regulators. In the past week, the Financial Industry Regulation Authority, the Securities and Industry Regulator labeled AI an emerging risk, and the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, released a survey that concluded AI-fueled misinformation poses the biggest near-term threat to the global economy. Those reports came just weeks after the Financial Stability Oversight Council in Washington said AI could result in direct consumer harm, and Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, warned publicly of the threat to financial stability from numerous investment firms relying on similar AI models to make buy and sell decisions. So yeah, basically saying like people are leaning on the AI, and if the AI fucks up, hella people are going to be liable. It could be it could be a huge crash, which is something that's very possible, very viable. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit went down. Fucking hell. I won't. Luck. You won't be surprised if that shit went down, because with AI, it's like I think they even started using it in script writing. A big part of like the Hollywood strikes last year was about using like our actors' likenesses in AI, and then for the writers' room as well, like the use of AI in the writers' room. So these things are kind of being pushed, and obviously it's like when you deal with AI, you're getting as it stands now, it's if you fuck with it, it's got a very standard kind of way of how it deals with things. It's not it's not any kind of super spiritual power. It's just thingy, man. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's not any kind of super spiritual power. It's what you call it, man. It's just a huge data set that gets you used, and then it will kind of recycle that into like how it makes decisions. So it says AI may play a central role in after actual reports of a future financial crisis, he said in a December speech at the the WEF's annual conference for top CEOs, politicians, and billionaires held in at Tony Swiss Ski Town. AI is one of the core themes and topics of many panels and events. In a report released last week, the forum said its survey of 1,500 policymakers and industry leaders found that fake news and propaganda written and boosted by AI chatbots is the biggest short-term risk. And yeah, because it's funny as well when because this isn't even AI, but when what's his face, Elon Musk took over Twitter, there was that period of time where you could buy the verification tick, the blue verified tick. So you had people pretending to be companies and then tweeting things, and then the actual companies were losing, like their stocks lost value off the back of it. So it's funny with these, with deep fakes, with these things, like it's already like kind of set there to where it's like, oh, if people are pretending, that can fuck you over in the long term. So there'll be people that will kind of they'll get sucked into that. They'll get drawn in, which wouldn't it wouldn't be a surprise. Cause what does it say? So around half of the world's population is participating in elections this year in countries including the US, Mexico, Indonesia, and Pakistan. And disinformation researchers are concerned that AI will make it easier for people to spread false information. He said Chinese propagandists are already using generative AI to try to influence politics in Taiwan. The Washington Post reported Friday AI-generated content is showing up in fake news videos in Taiwan. The government official said, I think either Friday or Saturday, they got their new leader in, who's anti-China, which is no surprise. So as far as it's not hit that scale yet. But as it improves, it'll get to the point where there'll be, Esau is that legendary deceiver, man. There'll be people caught in trick. There's people already getting tripped up. There was the ones of like there was the video of like Joe Biden talking about doing an attack on Russia, and that one went viral, and that was still kind of whilst it was almost there, you could still kind of tell, but we'll get to the point where it'll be good enough that you might not even be able to tell, or if you're not seeing it in like high definition, it'll be more believable. Or even the voices came like it's night and day from before. In a short time, the voices went from where it was like you can definitely tell to where it's like, okay, hold on, this could kind of if you ain't paying too much attention, it could get you. What did I say? There was something else. So yeah, because even it says the forum's report came a day after FINRA in its annual report said that AI sparked concerns about accuracy, privacy, bias, and intellectual property, even as it offers potential cost and efficiency gains. And in December, the Treasury Department's FSOC, which monitors the financial system for risky behavior, said undetected AI design flaws could produce biased decisions, such as denying loans to otherwise qualified applicants. So yeah, it seems like it's kind of being set up where it's gonna cause a fuck up to where they might just be like, yo, we're gonna have the government kind of take the reins of this, because as it is now, it's kind of just been in all the AI shit. It's just been open to the public. It's like if you go online, you can get like ChatGPT is the top one. But there's hella AI engines for being able to see what do you call it? To get things to type things up. And like ChatGPT has been getting trained for years. So it's only after it's already set up. and it's only after like it's been set up that people are like, oh, okay, where's it looking? So these things are kind of already there, and these things are baked in. These issues, they have with as far as like how these things have been trained, the flaws in it, they're already baked in, but people ain't discovered it. So it's like as usage goes up, as the intensity of what do you call it? As the intensity of as usage goes up, as the intensity of like how many people are relying on it goes up, as these flaws come out, it's gonna have a big impact, man. And then the thing is, as well, is people are gonna already be hooked on it. Because people are saying like, oh, AI, or robot, like baristas, stock movers, all these kind of like low level jobs. They're looking at like they want people to be thingy. They want people to be to jump on it. But then once people are reliant on it, then they'll be like, okay, look, now this is fucked. We can't have it just be in the hands of the people. We're gonna be the ones to kind of set the pace for how it's dealt with. Then afterwards, what do you call it? You deal with it through the means of the government, which more likely than not is how it seems to be, because it seems to be like if it's just out there, there's all kinds of fucked up shit that can be going down, and that's what they want, man. So I'll read actually. Let me start on this one. So it says, what Proverbs 11:1, it says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And yeah, as far as for like Esau's whole financial system, the core reason as to why, people can get dumpstered by this AI is because in the first place, it's a false balance. It's not a just weight, man. It's not backed by actual material goods with actual value. You're dealing with a promise, essentially like investing in the hopes, the desires, the faith of what people have within the different companies within the system. And that's why you can go in there, you can get jacked up. But then what? It's people that people are into these things, man. People are invested. They're able to they see someone make money. We're like, okay, yo, I'll fuck with that. That's what happened with crypto. And then now it's just like people got annihilated by crypto. So now they're just like, damn, okay, yeah, fuck that. But what's it say? A false balance. Okay. So I was gonna touch this. Sirach 12:10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away." Yeah, that's the thing. It's what, never trust thine enemy. And then what's in reality, what is it? As far as for Esau Edom, this guy's had been had an MO. Even when you deal with financials, man, people should already know. Like 2008, everything seemed like it was going swimmingly. All seemed good. It's like you watch The Big Short. There's people out there like, oh yeah, I got 3 houses, I got 4 houses. They were thinking like, yo, they were set up. They thought they were set for life. Little did they know. They doomed themselves. And that was, it was a peak time, man. Like the whole, that impacted globally. That fucked everyone over. But, hey, people still go to Esau. Esau's still their power, man. He's still the one they go into and they're like, damn, they put, all their trust and faith within him. But, surprise, surprise. It doesn't work in your favor. Uh, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped on looking glass, and shalt know these wrath have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And yeah, if if you're gonna link arms with him, if you're gonna you basically be like, yo, okay, we're gonna do this together with him. It should, it shouldn't be a shock. It shouldn't be a mystery that things don't work out in your favor. Because really, it's really that, like, it's because it's evidently clear that what do you call that? If you're putting all your faith and trust in Esau, what the result you're gonna get, man? You go into history, the result you're gonna get is there. But people are enraptured. Esau's blessings, his military might, his technology. These things have people drawn in, man. They're thinking like, yo, now I'll be able to get profit and then turn it into a W. But ain't gonna work out in your favor. Ezekiel 28:2, it says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Most High Power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as a heart of God. And yeah, that's what this technology is really trying to do as far as Esau. He's trying to have it hit the scope and scale to where he's able to become, like a power on the earth, man. He's really trying to be like the Most High. He's trying to have, his ability to oversee and control all things. It says, what? Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There's no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. So yeah, you've got gold, you've got silver, you've got riches. You've been able to amass wealth. You've been able to build yourself up off the back of this. But then even with that, does that then mean you've become like the Most High just because you've got the technology? Imagine it says like, I've made the waster to destroy. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the one that put the missile together. But then there's a quote from Oppenheimer, man. I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. That's something that Esau revels in. His capability, that might, technology, military might. He's thinking like, yo, that's a huge plus to him. But what's it in reality? That wisdom and that, in reality, it's you're playing a role. You've been given a job to do, and that technology, being able to make them nuclear missiles. That's something that was given by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for the means of the end. Same for the MOTB. These things are things that Esau needs, the internet and whatnot, for the sake of prophecy. So he's being used as a tool, and it's like, yo, you're able to do these things, but then what does it say? Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, because thou hast set thine heart as a heart of God. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Yeah, all these things that you've reveled in, these things that so-called exalted you to a level of godhood, your technology, your military might, your capabilities and whatnot. Hey, just because you're able to interact, with the world to a certain level, that it's not something to revel in. It's not something you should get puffed up in, because pride's not made for men. And as such, you should just stay in your lane. But that's all Esau was made to do, to not stay in his lane, man. Well, really, he did stay in his lane, man. Proverbs 16:4, the wicked was made for the day of evil. That was the lane it was set for. And he's, perfectly playing that devil. He's doing that role spectacular. I'll finish on this because it's sums up like the mindset of how people are dealing with Esau's so-called miracles, man. So this is what Revelation 13:3, and it says, "And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast." And yeah, that's really what it is. That wound was healed. That old Rome was healed. It was rebirthed into that new Rome, that neo Rome, and everyone's caught up, man. Everyone's in awe. They're all, clamoring for the so-called glory of this new Rome, man. They're just like, they see it like, damn. But this is the spot, man. This is how this shit goes down. And they worship the dragon that gave power unto the beast. And they worship the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" Yeah. They're essentially upholding it like, damn. Who's able to do on this level, man? Who can be like him? And that's really how all these different nations are looking at. They're looking at like, yo, this is what it is. But yeah, I'll leave it there. So yeah, shalom.